Hi all, just going to do another little short video on how to take your springs out of your weihrauchs safely. I've seen a lot of incidents and talked to people about they've injured themselves and all sorts of things going wrong. But if you just follow the guide that I use, you'll actually be okay. You can usually use the spring compressor, but if you haven't got a spring compressor, especially on the 77s, 97s, 99s, 35s, I've not included the 95s or the gas ram 90s. If I get hold of one, I'll do a video on those on a later date. But the main consideration is that you've got to actually concern yourself with is this back plate here, which is weighs about a pound in weight, and if that's preloaded, you don't want that coming out at high speed at you, because it is quite a hefty lump of metal. So this as you can see is all stripped down. So the way I take them apart, and I'll put another video in of me doing something for the weihrauch world owners. It was a competition, see how sort of not ultra fast, but see how fast I could take one apart. But you'll see that I wasn't quite sure all the spring that was in this gun, so I did use a bit of caution taking it apart, and luckily I did, because you'll see in the video how lively that spring was when it came out. Now these can be a little bit stiff to initiate. It's like if they haven't been apart before, or you just need to actually hold it on the floor, obviously on the surface. Insert a large spanner in there. Just hold everything nice and just give it a tap gently, and it will break the seal. If you've got a vice, do that in a vice. But when you've sort of broken the seal, you can actually see through the slot there how far the thread's coming out. So just wind it to safely where to about that area. You can see there's another threaded slot in there. I mean, just wind it till you can actually see that. And then what I do then is stand on the floor, put a spanner in the slot, put my foot on the spanner, and then gently unwind. And you'll see in the video that how I position myself to take the spring out. Yeah, if you want to be ultra cautious, yeah, wrap a towel or a rag or anything around the base, so when it does kick, or if it does kick, you know, it won't shoot everywhere. If it's the first time we've taken them on apart, wrap a towel around. It just gives you a bit more protection. And that was the spring that came out of that one, and it was quite a lively spring actually, and I'm glad I did it the way. Well, I wouldn't have done it any other way, but I'm glad I did it that way. So I'm just giving you the heads up on that. So there you go. That's sort of not much more I can say about that, but just say work on your own guns, but just show a bit of caution and a bit of care to them, because they can bite you. So just be ultra cautious when you're taking these apart and putting it back in. And depending what spring kit you get, I mean, I use Welsh Willys Titan kits. There's VMAX available. To be honest, you shouldn't have to force the spring back in. All the modern kits, you should be able to do it hand pressure, screw them back in, unless you're fitting, if you've got an FAC, firearm certificate, and you want to go for an uprated over the £12 limit. And then what I would suggest, if you're going to try and fit the spring, then is do it exactly the same way. Push down, have a rag on the floor, get someone, yourself, push down, and then someone at the bottom to hold the spring and just gently turn on the rag until the threads are engaged, and then sort of wind it well in until the threads are engaged, and then take it up and then continue winding by hand or winding with the spanner. And this just, as I say, when you finish, just align the marks for your rail. That's about it really. But just like I say, if you're not sure, get someone who knows what they're doing with them to take it apart for you or put the spring in. But they're not rocket science. But please just show care and caution, because there have been a few people hurt or injured trying to take them apart in vices with bits pointing at them and all sorts. But I say the method I use now, or I've always used, down, and it can't go anywhere because you've got your whole of your body weight and your leg, supporting it, and it's you're going to get a kick out of a really strong spring, but it's not going to be that bad. So there you go. The next little short video on the end of this one is showing you this one coming out, which was a bit lively. If you enjoyed it, please have a look at my other videos, and if you really want to sort of have a subscribe, I've done quite a few videos on different things, so just have a look around. Thanks for watching.